Does it also annoy you that your new car stalls at the lights? Does the beeping of the car after exceeding the speed limit frustrate you? If so, we have a new device that solves all these problems. In response to your expectations, our clients and the problems present in new cars, specifically in vehicles manufactured from July 2024, the EU has mandated that each of these cars must be equipped with RSA and TSR systems, as well as a start-stop system. This is a requirement for every new car, and these systems are implemented to varying degrees of success, mostly poorly, creating a host of problems like beeping, stalling at lights, etc. That's why the ZENBOX PRO device was created, which definitively disables these functions. Of course, safety is maintained, and it only turns off the annoying sound signals. So let's go through which systems it disables and how it specifically does it. Adoslav will tell us more about that. With this device, we disable the start-stop system, which causes the car to turn off at traffic lights. When the car stops, ecology comes into play here and it turns off the engine, so that the pseudo-car consumes less fuel. Exactly. So I drove such a car that when braking to a stop, it would already turn off the engine, so it's a bit a killer for our engines. We also add turning off the car after a short drive or a longer one on the highway. For example, we drive into a gas station, into a parking lot, it turns off the engine, and then what? And all the things that should be kept warm or stopped slowly are turned off. So we have a remedy for that. The device can disable the start-stop to settings that we want. So it remembers the last known function, meaning once we turn off the start-stop, it remains off all the time. Unless we want it to come back to life, then it comes back to life. And I'll just add to what Radek said, that in practically every new car we have a turbo, because that's just how the ecological topics are now. And the fact that this turbo spins at tens of thousands of revolutions and is shut off just before the intersection, it's extremely harmful for these engines, so seriously consider whether it's worth using the start-stop system, which is poorly implemented. If the car has a mild hybrid, the starting is very smooth, but if it has a traditional starter, it wears out terribly. The battery, all the car's components, the dual mass flywheel, and above all the turbo and everything around it. So that's the issue with the start-stop system. I think we've exhausted this topic, so we can definitively turn it off. Currently, we have about 400 cars on the list. This list is constantly being expanded day by day. It is available on our website. You can check which cars are supported and which are not. And now let's move on to the even more intriguing system, namely RSA and TSR. TSR and RSA. Two names used interchangeably: traffic sign recognition and the road sign assist. Systems that allow the car to read signs. Exactly. We have a camera in the car behind the windshield. The car reads the sign and displays the sign it has read. And now if we exceed the speed, then it activates now. Perception. Either the sign just blinks or it blinks and also beeps. Or a graphic indication and also a graphic. Sound. If it activates the beeping, it becomes quite annoying, because when driving in the city, we constantly have signs, constant speed changes, and there are additional things like roadworks. And there are a lot of signs and a lot of signals as well. Yes, we showed exactly how it works in this Lexus. We have implemented here, I think, very poorly the whole RSA and TSR, because as Rode already mentioned, these names are used interchangeably in different brands, but it's about the same thing, which is sign recognition, mainly focusing on speed. In this car, we have both graphic and sound representation. In this case, the car has a head-up display, which projects all these messages onto the windshield as well. And we also managed to capture this, so we will show you how it works from the factory and how we can definitely get rid of it in a simple way. By installing the ZENBOX PRO device, we eliminate both systems. As you can see, with this simple device, you can solve many problems created by the European Union and regulations that are not entirely helpful, and in fact, hinder everyday car use. This is because the car's constant beeping at even minimal speeding, which doesn't always have to be real, since the read sign may not match the one on the road, or the cell is something we have had the opportunity to see many times in this car. The ZENBOX PRO will be sold on our website. You can check there for availability regarding your car's compatibility as well as the price. We will be selling this device in two variants, with installation and without. So if you want and have the skills and ability, you can connect it yourself. You will be dedicated with the car's manual. And if not, and you want to trust us, we have a reliable network of installers. In every major city, we can install it for you at a fixed specified price. The price will also be available on our website, so we guarantee professional installation here, just like with the CanLock service, which we can also provide for you. And you can check all of this, as I mentioned, on our website. So thank you and goodbye. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments. I will gladly answer.